Hey, a Dizzy Entertainment back at y'all, otherwise known as Kurosaki Ichi Bro. Get Don Kai on you fools real quick. Woo! And unleash my extra energy these days because, you know, you got a lot of evil tyrants out there that force you to have to power up to over 9,000 real quick in order for you to accomplish your task. So here I am with my latest manifestation. So that's how I do it. Anyway, today we are coming to you guys today. Actually, first of all, I would like to once again thank my subscribers. I'm very gracious for all of you. I'm almost about to be at 100. When I hit 100, I am going to be doing a little sweepstakes, like a giveaway, you know, showing you guys my thanks. I am a graphic designer in my spare time before I became the masked patriot. I'm a graphic designer. In my spare time I like to make, you know, cool graphics. I'm also like a game designer. My biggest dream coming up was always to make video games. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like a big old kid. Like, even though I was in the hood doing a bunch of rowdy nigga-ish, I always secretly wanted to make video games. I was a real big nerd. Like, I was like a very bipolar individual. Like, one half street cat, one half anime nerd, you know? So, you know, that's why I got this anime mask on, and that's why I got this sweater on with a bunch of wolves that I created, by the way. And when I get to 100 subscribers, I would like to give away, you know, like a free shirt or something, just to say thank you guys, because I really am gracious. I really am appreciative. I really am glad that you guys actually want to hear me talk. I don't really think I'm anything special. I know I'm smart, but I'm not the type of person like, oh my god, I'm just so intelligent. Oh, I'm so me. I'm not a vain person. I'm extremely meek and extremely humble, and I'm very humbled that you individuals will want to listen to me talk. So, you know, that's my little way of giving back. I don't know how many shirts I'm going to give out, and I don't know what the design is going to be yet. So you guys just stay tuned, and I will let you know. And in the future, you know, before everything crashes into a ball of hellfire, I will be switching my channel around to start featuring some of my artwork and my shirts and stuff, because I am advertising on other parts of the internet. And I just want you guys to know that I will be advertising some of my designs and things to get other individuals that might be interested in fashion and clothes like that over here, to try to maybe get them to look at some truth. You know, they come over here, they look at the shirts, and then they be like, oh, what is he talking about here? Oh, he talking about black people here? Let me see what he talking about. Oh, he talking about World War III shit. What is he talking about? You see? And maybe I can get some other people into this discussion. Maybe I can wake up you know, some cats that probably wasn't even thinking about geopolitical affairs, frankly. So if those things aren't your cup of tea, you know, if you don't care about clothes and stuff, I understand. I'm not going to alienate my user base. I'm not going to advertise my videos for my clothes and all of that type of stuff. I'm going to keep it separate. So if you guys just want the news, all you got to do is go to, you know, whatever playlist I have tagged for the news, and I will separate the playlists that are affiliated with my business ventures and my clothes and so forth. It'll be separated, so you know, you guys that ain't worried about buying no shirts, y'all just want to be part of the revolution, then y'all will just have y'all section that y'all can go to, because I don't want to be throwing advertisement in your face every 5 minutes. So with all of that being said, let's dive into our first, not our first, but let's dive into today's topic for today. Today's topic is going to be a real idea, not a perspective, not my opinion. This is a real movement. You know, this is something that I feel like would be a good idea. I feel like this should be the start of patriots coming together, getting ready to take their country back. See, we have to realize that no matter who gets in office, like, let's say Donald Trump is the real deal. Let's just hypothetically say that. Let's just assume he is who he says he is. Let's also assume that they're not going to steal the election from from Donald Trump and give it to Hillary Clinton. Let's just assume right now Donald Trump is in office. Now, Donald Trump represents one individual, just one. And this one individual does not have but so much power. And on top of that, if Donald Trump really is real, then guess what? A whole lot of people in Congress and a whole lot of you know, these different attorneys and stuff, all these different politicians are going to make it living hell for his legislation to get through. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, with his limited amount of power versus entire countries of evil banking Satanist globalists, you will be a fool to think that he's going to be able to change everything to just win the whole country over and return it back to its original state. With that being said, you have to assume that we the people are going to have to do a little bit more of our fair share beyond just vote. Donald Trump cannot arrest all of these crooked politicians. Donald Trump cannot shut down Bohemian Grove. Donald Trump cannot shut down Stearns Collider. Donald Trump cannot shut down HARP. Donald Trump cannot stop globalists in other countries. Donald Trump cannot defund all of these evil satanic cabals. Donald Trump cannot stop Hollywood and all of these celebrities, all of these actors. They're all Masons, they're all Satanists. All of these billionaires in Dubai, billionaires in China, billionaires in Iraq. Donald Trump cannot stop the entire New World Order. So when are we individuals going to understand that if we really ever want peace on this planet, if we really ever want to say the good guys won, we, the good guys, better start doing something. Now, once again, I said it before, I understand. A lot of people might not know what to do. They might have the gumption, they might have the drive, they might have the desire, but they don't know what to do. This is why I am here making these videos. I have studied a lot of different information for a very, very long time. I'm in my mid-30s. I've been awake since I was 18. I have been studying for literally over 17 years, all different kinds of knowledge you could possibly imagine or conceive. I know a lot of stuff, not for the sake of being boisterous, but for the sake of saying I have a lot of ideas because I've studied a lot of things. And it's like I spend my time coming up with these ideas because I am genuinely concerned about the state of all of our lives, not just my own. And these ideas I come up with are based off of cross-referencing and examining so much information over so many different fields, from politics to economics, you know, to just everything, any possibility you could think of. I try to throw it all in a giant ball and I spit out an idea that I had, that I feel like would be effective. Will it work? I don't know. Will it be as effective as I say? I don't know. But will it be effective to some degree? Yes, this is something I do know. The plans that I come up with will be effective to some kind of degree. We have to start doing something. So this video is going to be about us starting a movement, us starting a new culture in this country, us saying screw watching TGIF, screw Monday Night Football, screw Sunday football after church, screw tailgate parties. See, all of those customs that we're accustomed to that don't really benefit nobody, and when instead we should be making up customs that are patriotic. This is a patriotic time in our country. Elections are going around. We don't know who's going to be president. We don't know if the president is going to do what they say they're going to do. We don't know if we can stave off World War III. There's a lot of important things going on when we should not, the patriots anyway, should not be caring about football. I don't feel like as patriots we have room to talk about anybody being stupid for voting for Hillary, anybody being stupid for not being awake. If we still sitting out here watching football and we still sitting out here TiVoing our favorite show, and we get off of work, we can't wait to see another episode of fucking Empire, we don't have no room to talk if we're still going to be like the rest of these idiots out here. Until us patriots realize that we're the only ones that can save anything, and we better take it into our own hands to start doing something, nothing is going to get done. That's why there hasn't been no revolution yet. Now, on to the title of the video. It's time for a new American culture, and we the people need to create it. Now, this is a pretty decent amount of notes I wrote, so I'm going to be in a pocket for a second. Bear with me. First, think about all the things that we Americans consider American. Hot dogs and baseball games. Picnics on 4th of July. Jeans and a t-shirt. Cruising in a convertible with the top down and the music up. Men loving fast cars and fixing stuff with their hands. Women loving getting their nails and hair done. All these things are so ingrained in our current culture, but has anyone ever wondered who exactly created all these different customs in the first place, and what reason were they created for? The vast majority of these customs were created by the same individuals responsible for destroying our country, using as their fronts various corporations peddling wares and merchandise, all in the guise of honest capitalism. Most of these customs we regular people have not created, but yet we take part in them because we feel a sense of national pride by being associated with the more familiar customs of our native land. So why be so quick to support customs that we not only haven't created, so in essence they aren't ours to begin with, but also that prove to be formulated by our adversaries in a successful attempt to thrust the entire populace into hyper-consumerism and slaves to merchandise? Now that we patriots are awake and aware of the various ways that our enemies attack us, from products to programs to politics, why aren't we trying to come up with various ways to counteract those offenses that we are already well aware of? In this video, I will try to convince you on how important and easy it is to create and brand our own American culture based on patriotic principles that we the people have full control over how to dictate. A lot of today's trends and customs are far removed from playing board games with the family on Friday evenings. I know a lot of y'all remember that. Them was some good old wholesome times. Or taking your sweetheart to a drive-in movie hoping that you get a kiss and some cheap feels at the most. I know my 60 and over crowd. I know my seniors and my vets know what I'm talking about. Those simple, sweet times where just getting a kiss from a girl was something to brag about. You ain't have to get the panties. You ain't have to have her ass all up in the air and clapping and slapping. Just getting a kiss, you told all your friends. Popular fads nowadays tend to have some kind of edge or risque to them, and the more these factors are pushed to their limits, the more said trends begin to have negative impacts on the social aspects of our society. Consider how these days money, swag, and social status is far more in demand from the masses than character, reliability, and honesty, and you'll get an idea of what I mean. Because back in the day, integrity actually meant something to our parents and our parents before them. Respect actually meant something. Your character actually meant something. It wasn't some girls going for the ballers. It just wasn't all of them. It wasn't that some guys wasn't going for the fat ass, model chick. It just wasn't all of them. The mass majority of Americans were decent, Christian-minded, spiritual type individuals. We all got our faults, nobody perfect. But the country the way it used to be was far greater than what it is now in terms of people's social conscience and how, you went about dealing with social issues. Neighborhoods were better. All of that type of stuff. And it's like the way stuff is now, everything is so racy and everything is it's gotta be just edgy and in your face. Everybody gotta be part of the hip crowd. Everybody, if you're not cool, you're not in the hip crowd. If you ain't got on Jordans, you're not cool. If you ain't super fine, with your thong showing, then you not cool. It's like we live in a stupid society that where the rules are, all the cool stuff is things that ultimately will hurt us as a society in the long run, and obviously it's planned that way. Remember when we used to watch like Family Ties? Just go look at the shows. Nowadays they literally got a show called Lucifer. I mean, it doesn't get any more obvious when the name of the show is just Lucifer. They got all these shows about witchcraft, American Horror Story, all these shows about killing, all these movies about killing and blood. Remember you went to like an old horror movie and the worst that happened was the kid got stabbed with a knife like 5 times or something. Now kids get their whole head cut off, then they poke the eyeballs out, then they show the brain, then they cut the brain in half and eat that. It's like this stuff is completely ridiculous and over the top. We used to watch TGIF. Remember Family Matters, Urkel? I do that. Remember that guy? Like, whatever happened to those good old-fashioned wholesome shows? Charles in Charge, Saved by the Bell. Wholesome shows. Good times. wholesome show. And it wasn't like it was just one or two of them, the Jefferson. The whole daggone nation was full of wholesome shows. Now what do we get? Debauchery, filth, racy, who you sleeping with, gay, families, and two guys kissing on camera, and all of this daggone foolishness now. But we need to avert from that and create our own culture that returns back to those wholesome ways that we remember and were raised on. All of us conservative-minded folk. And I lost my line. Where was that? We continue to poison. So I said, consider how these days money, swag, and social status is far more in demand from the masses than character, reliability, and honesty, and you'll get an idea of what I mean. We patriots should all be aware of the beast system and the many ways it attacks us. So why then do we continue to support the various conduits it uses to poison our society? Why haven't we created a separate culture that can still be fun without all the negative aspects of the negative ideals being peddled by our adversaries? Because all of this trap music, all this go to the club, all this be a slut for the night, all this take this dude money, all this smash 1, 2, and 3 girls, these are all negative aspects of our society that creates negative society effects. And these things affect all of us. Guess what? As a guy, if I get carried by enough females because I'm not attractive enough, and I don't think I'm attractive enough without ever considering my personality, I begin to become cold and angry towards women. As a woman, if every single guy I go out with and give him my heart takes it and throws it in the trash can because he wants to sleep with my best friend, I begin to hate and despise men. We cannot sit around and look who tells us all this culture. People like Nicki Minaj in the spotlight, Beyonce in the spotlight, 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, all these cats. They're the ones that tell us to do all of this stuff. But we have to deal with the repercussions of the individuals that are suffering from the effects of the things that we individuals are doing to each other at the beck and call of these celebrities and individuals that are telling us to do it. So basically, they're the ones telling us to do the hot Bama shit, and then we go out and do it, and we have to suffer the repercussions of the hot Bama shit that we all doing to each other. That needs to stop. First thing we should do is create a new weekend custom that counters the club scene but still provides a similar atmosphere. The difference is that the Patriot iteration will be a much safer environment where the individuals that were present will all pretty much have the same ideals and goals. That's why they're present at a Patriot gathering and not the club. So basically, you'll have a rally and you'll have 30 people there, and the only reason why those 30 people are there and not at the club down the street is because they all said, I'm a Patriot and I want to be around Patriots. So it's like creating an exclusive club without having to actually be exclusive, because no one's going to come and sit with a bunch of old veterans and goody two-shoe conservatives all day that just want to have a nice peaceful time where their kids can play and then everybody can enjoy themselves without nobody hurting each other and without nobody trying to offend each other. Racy hipster people are not going to want to be there because that's not cool to them. So you don't have to worry about attracting nothing but patriots. We could have an outdoor meetup point on public property, like an open field or a sports field that isn't attached to a school and isn't being used at the time. Every patriot can meet up, bring refreshments, bring music, footballs, soccer balls, outdoor games, even pull up their trucks with water converters and have video games plugged up. Just anything you could think of to make it a fun environment. I would suggest no alcoholic beverages or illegal substances be allowed at these meetings to keep confusion and foolishness to a minimum, and to know that us patriots don't want to be associated with, breaking the law, drinking out in public and all that stuff. We don't want to be associated with this because we want to brand this movement and make it big, that it's just a nice, wholesome, fun time for Americans to get back in touch with the outdoors and just get back in touch with learning people. You can meet people in your community like this. You can forge new friendships, all types of stuff. Everyone could dance to music, play games, eat food, have a good time, and converse about ideas and plans on how to build the movement further. This could be considered a form of protest. We will be protesting against all the various forms of entertainment that is created by the establishment to hinder us as we convene and break bread with like-minded patriots committed to the same goal. While we are convened at these patriotic events, any individual can suggest all new customs that we patriots think are cool, and then everyone in attendance can start performing these customs. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, let's say, we had a patriot rally, it's 50 of us, and I stand up and be like, young, it would be really cool if we all just started wearing American flag bandanas around our wrists. You feel me? I'm just making this up. I'm not saying this, honestly. And everybody else said, yeah, that would be cool. Well, then, all 50 of us in that group would start wearing our American flag bandanas, right? Then we start getting on social media and showing them, look, y'all, this is the new trend. This is the new patriotic trend. Beyonce and all of them, they ain't started this trend. We started. This is our trend. This is America's trend. This is Patriots' trend. We made it up. Beyonce ain't make it up. Lil Wayne ain't make it up. No dumbass think tank ain't think it up. We thought it up. Us. It's ours and it belongs to us. And we start promoting it. We start letting everybody know that we came up with it. It empowers individuals to make up their own customs, and we all can partake of it. We can say, these are our American customs that are not based on monetary value, that is not based on making products and make people go out and buy the latest dishwasher because it's American. Go out and buy the latest Ford, convertible drop top because it's the American thing to do. You see how they get you? It's the American thing to do. That's how they get you. But who the one that said it's the American thing to do? We didn't say it. They did. But for once, we need to say what's the American thing to do. Brand it and put it out there. As we go about our regular days and lives, we promote our new customs to all our friends, family, co-workers, social media friends, followers, and contacts. Anyone we have contact with. We can post pics and flyers at our businesses if we own them and on whatever property we own. Post advertising graphics on our vehicles as we drive to get the word out. We can post pics and video of our meets if we choose to show how much fun we're having and convince others to join in. As these rallies continue on and more patriots become aware and show their attendance, patriots begin to pitch creative ideas that the mass of individuals can come together to accomplish to take back our country in various ways. So not only would it be an entertaining good time for all of those that partake of it, but because everyone there is a patriot and everyone there realizes the stakes, realizes where our country is headed, in the midst of us dancing, parlaying, having fun, playing games, we're also trying to come up with creative plans for all of us to be able to be proactive and produce for us to try to change some of the events that are happening in our country. And over time, the patriots will get better and better at coming up with ideas because you convene with these same individuals over and over and over again. Think about how a think tank works. You take 12 individuals, you sit them in a room for 8 hours, you give them a topic, and you tell them to basically give whatever opinion they have on the topic, brainstorm ideas, and then they all each bounce them off of each other, refine it until it becomes a perfect product or concept. We should be doing the same thing. You know how many think tanks are designed to steal our rights? You know how many think tanks are designed to create products that we might want to buy? Well, why don't we create think tanks to figure out how to get out of this foolishness? In time, patriots can pool their money together to purchase a building or a small piece of land, where those same patriots can then peddle their wares and services as vendors to like-minded centralized clientele. So you see, that's like a future goal. Basically, you start off just hobnobbing with like-minded individuals, just shucking and jiving with those that don't want to support the old system, that want to make up their own custom. But as you all are chilling in the same vicinity, as you all are keep meeting, as you all are developing bonds, as you all are talking about new ideas and becoming familiar with each other and starting to trust your fellow patriotic brethren, you then begin to develop trust where you say, well, we should take it to the next level. We should start crowdfunding. We should start putting our money together. We should start making this an industry that all the people involved in this meetup can benefit from. You can buy a piece of land, you can buy a building for now when it get cold. You ain't got to be sitting out in the cold, even though that would be an experience in itself. You got a bonfire going. When it snow outside, you can have a giant snowball fight. As patriots. You see? Your kids could be out there throwing snowballs, and the parents could be out there coming up with ideas to save their kids so they can throw another snowball in the future. Real simple. And we can keep building and building and building until we build into something great. And basically, these meetups will be the foundation for each city, for each state, to create a consolidated amount of patriots that are all on the same page. Imagine if the lights went out. Well, those patriots that kept meeting up, they could say emergency. At these meetings that we've been holding, at these patriot meetups where we just had fun shucking jiving, we've been talking about what to do if the lights go out, and we all gonna meet up here, armed and ready to roll. You see what I'm saying? But we have to start somewhere, people. We gotta coordinate. We have to put all of this stuff together. It can't just be me sitting in my house and then the UN busts down my door and I'm by myself. Then Paul sitting in his house and the UN busting his door and he by himself. And then Mary sitting in her house by herself and they busting her door 50 deep. Now, what if me, Paul, Mary, John, and 100 dudes, when it came time for the UN to conquer, was all next to each other like what? Or like what? You see what I'm saying? Now it's a little bit harder for them to kick in the door and do anything, but we have to organize and be serious and be vigilant and stop being as complacent as those social justice warrior and Hillary supporters that we stay making fun of. Because quite frankly, the joke's on us. See, they dumb and uninformed. So the fact that they think Hillary Clinton gonna do something, or the fact that they think that this country is not great and all that stupid stuff, shame on them because they're stupid and uninformed. But we're actually worse off than them because we know the truth and ain't doing nothing about it. Like, just chew on that for a second. As patriots, we know the truth. And the biggest form of our resistance is putting a little ticket in a box or pulling a lever or pushing a button and hoping that one Donald Trump fixes an entire world, presumably over 500 years of planning from a global combine that has literally millions of members, each with several thousands to several billions of dollars in money, infrastructure, resources, personnel, technology, the whole kit and caboodle. We had better start coming up with something of remotely comparable splendor, or we will most certainly lose. Once again, I hope I made y'all guys think about something. This is the movement I'm stuck on right here. I will come up with other ideas on ways to combat other different things, but I feel like we should honestly start here. Us patriots should say, look, I'm in Maryland, are you in Maryland? Let's meet up. If it's only 3 of us, let's meet up for an hour. When it becomes 10 of us, let's meet up for an hour and a half. When it becomes 50 of us, now we can do two hours because it's fun enough for all 50 of us to hang with each other for 2 hours. When we get to 1,000 cats, shoot, we can do 4 hours. You see what I'm saying? Don't say just because it's 2 of us we can't do that. Well, let's 2 of us meet and both kick the ball around each other and figure out how to get more people to come. But we gotta start somewhere, people. I hope y'all paying attention to what I'm saying. I hope we all become a little bit more productive in this fight for our country. I will see y'all guys again. Hug all your loved ones, and y'all be safe out in these streets. Y'all bless you all.